goddamn Cowboys!
What's up, A88 family? Welcome back to the A88 podcast, where the Big D meets Showtime. I'm Dwayne, and you already know who is sitting across from me.
You know who it is. It's Hank, locked and loaded. We're deep into June. The heat is rising outside, but the sports world is on absolute fire right now.
Man, no kidding. We have a massive slate today. Tomorrow night, the NBA Finals kick off. Knicks versus Spurs, a total throwback matchup nobody had on their bingo card back in October. Plus, the NFL OTA grind is in full swing. We're breaking down the Lakers' front office high-stakes game of chicken and a massive defensive transformation happening at the Star in Dallas. Let's get right into it.
Dwayne, my phone has been vibrating off the table since yesterday afternoon. We have to start with the absolute earthquake that shook the NFL. Myles Garrett is a Los Angeles Ram. The Browns traded their crown jewel out west, and suddenly every single contender in the NFC, including our Dallas Cowboys, just got put on absolute notice.
Look, that is a total paradigm shift. The Rams gave up a massive package to get it done. Young defensive end Jared Verse, a 2027 first-round pick, a 2028 second, and a 2029 third. Put Garrett in a defensive front in LA? Horrifying. But speaking of nostalgia and shifts, how about Odell Beckham Jr. signing back with the New York Giants? Big Blue reunion. Social media is practically drowning in 2014 highlights right now.
It's pure nostalgia, man. Between OBJ back in New York and a Knicks Spurs finals tomorrow, I feel like I woke up in a different decade. But let's pivot to the modern day drama because the A block is sizzling.
Let's talk about the Los Angeles Lakers. The smoke out of Ohio isn't real, Hank. Sources are buzzing that the door is wide open for LeBron James to make a historic return to the Cleveland Cavaliers if the front office doesn't put a full, unconditional max contract on the table. The Lakers are signaling a new era. They want to prioritize building with youth, meaning they are playing a high-stakes game of chicken with the king.
It's wild, but they aren't completely sitting on their hands. The wire is hot with rumors about a trade for Pelicans defensive wing Herb Jones. The current framework floating around is sending Dalton Connect and significant draft capital to New Orleans.
I like Herb Jones. Our perimeter defense needs him. But the financial reality of LeBron leaving for Cleveland is where this gets incredibly messy. Let's break down what the Cavs' cap situation actually looks like, because it isn't as simple as LeBron just signing a piece of paper. The Cavs are currently projected as a second apron team. They have zero cap space to sign LeBron outright to a market rate deal. If he goes to Cleveland, it must be a complex sign and trade, and it will require James Harden to opt out of his $42.3 million player option to sign a cheaper extension to clear first apron restrictions.
Exactly. To match LeBron's expected $50.1 million starting salary slot, Cleveland would have to completely gut their depth. We're talking about a package featuring Jarrett Allen, $28 million, Max Strus, $16.6 million, Dennis Schroeder, $14.8 million, future draft assets, which they barely have, just the 2026 and the number 29 pick via San Antonio, and a 2031 or 2032 first rounder.
If they do that, they are trotting out a core of Mitchell, Harden, Mobley, and LeBron. Defensively, losing Jared Allen leaves Evan Mobley completely isolated at center to clean up every point of attack mistake made by a 37-year-old James Harden and Donovan Mitchell. It's a top-heavy, high-risk experiment.
Let's stay out west for a second because we have to talk about the OKC Floppers. Game 7 on their home floor, and they let Victor Wembanyama and the San Antonio Spurs skate right past them into the NBA Finals. The minute that final buzzer sounded, the entire internet started screaming, "Sam Presti, it's time. Open up the war chest, pack up the draft picks, and go trade for Giannis."
Look, the timeline can dream all at once, but let's bring this back down to reality. NBA insider Mark Stein just dropped a report confirming that rival league executives do not expect Oklahoma City to pursue a blockbuster move for Giannis.
Wait, really? Even with all those assets? They have the number 12 and number 17 picks in this month's draft alone, plus a mountain of future firsts. They could outbid anyone in the league.
They absolutely could on paper, but that's not how Sam Presti operates. Insiders say a move like that would genuinely shock people around the league because it completely contradicts the long-term organic team-building approach they've spent years establishing. Bringing in a dominant superstar like Giannis completely alters your system and disrupts a meticulously developed team culture.
Plus, to even make the money work for a guy making a superstar salary, you're talking about potentially dismantling a core that just won 57 games a year ago. You'd likely have to anchor a deal around Chet Holmgren right after his massive extension kicks in.
Exactly. Word on the wire is that instead of a panic trade for an alpha superstar, OKC is much more likely to use their assets to keep their starting rotation intact or aggressively look to move up in the actual draft lottery to grab a specific young piece. They aren't swinging for the fences on an immediate identity rewrite.
So, Thunder fans, lower your expectations. No Greek freak is walking through that door. Meanwhile, the mandate for Rob Pelinka and the Lakers is loud and clear. Get tough. The West just got significantly younger, faster, and meaner, and the Lakers have to shed that middle-of-the-pack label immediately. Dwayne, let's play the what-if game. What happens if the front office blinks, refuses the max, and LeBron walks to Cleveland?
If LeBron leaves, the elephant in the room takes over. The Lakers transition fully and completely into the Luka-centric timeline. It is a total identity reboot. The question we have to ask is simple. Is this current roster built to step up and be solely Luka's team right now? Or does losing LeBron slam our championship or bust window shut for the immediate future? It alters the entire blueprint of the franchise.
Let's flip the script to football. OTAs are humming at the Star, and the big story is the chemistry between Dak Prescott and rookie safety Caleb Downs. Dak spoke to the media and straight up called the kid's confidence contagious.
That is music to my ears, Hank. After that brutal 7-9-1 finish in 2025, this locker room desperately needed an injection of pure, unadulterated competitive energy. The headline of the summer is the culture shift under our new defensive coordinator, Christian Parker. He's redefining the identity down in Dallas.
All right, let's address the angry comments hitting our live chat right now. Cowboys fans are losing their minds asking, why didn't we beat the Rams' offer? Why isn't Myles Garrett wearing a star on his helmet today? Dwayne, calm the fan base down. Give them the reality check.
Look, I get the emotional reaction. Garrett is a generational talent, and when you see that the Browns restructured his deal back in March so that his 2026 cap hit is a measly $8.1 million, it looks like a no-brainer. The Rams are getting him for a literal steal this season. But you have to look at the macro-level ledger, Hank. The math tells the real story. The Cowboys entered this offseason nearly $55 million over the salary cap. To even get compliant and put a team on the field, the front office had to restructure major contracts for Dak Prescott, CeeDee Lamb, and Tyler Smith. Because we converted those base salaries into signing bonuses to survive this year, we kicked a massive financial snowball down the road. Dak Prescott's cap hit alone balloons to over $75 million in 2027 and a staggering $85 million in 2028.
Wow. So adding Garrett's future backloaded numbers, even with his low hit today, would have completely broken our structural spine 2 years from now.
Exactly. We would have been financially paralyzed. On top of that, look at what the Rams traded away. A premium, cheap, young defensive asset in Jared Verse, plus 3 high-value draft picks. We are in a vital transition window under Christian Parker. Stripping our remaining draft capital bare to chase one superstar when we need a complete, sustained culture shift would have been short-sighted. We need depth, not a top-heavy illusion.
That's a textbook breakdown, and it ties perfectly into what Christian Parker is actually trying to build right now. He isn't just tweaking the schematic dials, he's ripping out the old plumbing and implementing a disciplined, aggressive, team-wide attacking philosophy.
We have to be able to generate natural, sustained pressure without constantly selling out on the blitz. If we can't affect the quarterback with a 4-man rush, the high-flying offenses in the NFC East are going to slice us apart. Christian Parker's scheme, and how fast guys like rookie Caleb Downs pick it up, is the true linchpin of the 2026 season. We don't need a single savior, we need a flawless system. Let's get into the Hall of Fame Minute.
This is Hank's Hall of Fame Minute, where Dwayne and I believe in giving people their just due, whether positive or negative. Amar'e Stoudemire didn't just enter the NBA, he exploded onto the scene. Selected 9th overall in the 2002 NBA draft straight out of Cypress Creek High School, he immediately shattered the narrative that prep-to-pro big men needed years to develop. He went toe-to-toe with the world's best right out of the gate, capturing the 2003 NBA Rookie of the Year award over elite international prospect Yao Ming. During his unforgettable run with the Phoenix Suns, standing tall and talented, became the premier dynamic finisher of his generation. As the devastating roll man alongside Steve Nash in the revolutionary 7 seconds or less offense, Amar'e redefined the center and power forward positions with an unparalleled combination of raw power, verticality, and a lethal face-up mid-range game. Across 14 elite NBA seasons, spanning his dominant years in Phoenix, a culture-shifting era with the New York Knicks, and impactful veteran stints with the Dallas Mavericks and Miami Heat, Amar'e put up massive numbers. Total career points, 15,994 points, maintaining a dominant career scoring average of 18.9 points per game, 6,632 total rebounds, averaging a fierce 7.8 boards per game, 2,029 offensive rebounds showcasing his relentless second effort scoring ability, 4,603 defensive rebounds anchoring the paint for his teams, 1,050 career assists, averaging 1.2 assists per game as a high post facilitator, 636 career steals, averaging 0.8 steals per game by jumping passing lanes, 1,054 career blocks, averaging 1.2 swats per game as a premier interior deterrent. Amar'e's peak dominance placed him squarely among the absolute elite of the basketball world. 6-time NBA All-Star. Earned consecutive All-Star selections as a powerhouse, representing both the Western and Eastern Conferences. 5-time All-NBA selection, named to the prestigious All-NBA First Team in 2007, alongside 4 separate All-NBA Second Team honors, 2005, 2008, 2010, 2011, cementing his status as one of the top players in the league at his peak. In 2010, he took on a massive challenge by signing with the New York Knicks, single-handedly revitalizing a dormant franchise and bringing elite basketball back to Madison Square Garden. His MVP caliber start to the 2010-11 season captivated the basketball world and proved he could carry the league's biggest market spotlight. When his NBA journey drew to a close, Amar'e ensured he went out on his own terms. In July 2016, he signed a ceremonial one-day contract to officially retire as a member of the New York Knicks, honoring the unique bond he shared with the city. However, his love for the game took him global. From 2016 to 2020, Amar'e played overseas in Israel. Far from just a victory lap, his international career was wildly successful. He led Hapoel Jerusalem and Maccabi Tel Aviv to 2 Israeli basketball Premier League championships, even capturing the Israeli League Finals MVP award in 2020. He later brought that same trademark intensity back to the United States, competing at a high level in Ice Cube's Big 3 League. The final verdict, Amar'e changed the geometry of the game. He was a force of nature whose ferocious dunks shook arenas, but whose skill, resilience, and global impact truly defined his legacy. The journey that began as a high school phenomenon has reached its ultimate destination. Amar'e takes his rightful place in the Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Fame class of 2026. That's my minute.
This
Good night,
game's in the
folks.
refrigerator, the door's closed, the lights out, the eggs are cooling, the butter's getting hard, and the Jell-O's jiggling.